Welcome back, everybody. Jaysin Static with another episode on a special episode, July 4th, Independence Day. We have none other than
the king of the sky, the symbol of America, EagleEye.
Welcome back, EagleEye. This is the first time that we've had a callback, so to speak. So how long have you been in the wrestling industry at this point?
We're going on about a year and a couple months now.
All right, man. You're a part of the academy, so you know this deal. Are you ready for your first question?
Let's do it.
What's the most challenging aspect of maintaining a character or persona, and how do you try to keep it fresh?
I believe that maintaining a character or persona it's tough for a lot of people because it's almost like you have to live that gimmick, you know?
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people don't quite understand that.
Right.
And then those that do really go the farthest. And so for me, as EagleEye, it is very challenging to be this all the time. You
right.
know? Everywhere I go, this is what you're gonna see. And so to be that, it is always taxing and challenging, especially in the ring. You know, I have that full-on suit getup. And that weighs me down. That's tough in the ring. So I really have to step it up and be different.
Weighs you down how?
The suit is taxing on the body. It's kind of a heavier load than just wearing your typical trunks and knee pads.
Is that something that you went into it when you was designing and coming up with the idea of EagleEye, that you specifically wanted to keep it that way, but then found out and you're like, oh man, this is actually a lot harder to have than I thought it would be?
We're messing with some ideas, but it is different. It is difficult. I did know that that's exactly what I wanted because I wanted to be like one of my inspirations, Jaysin Static.
Right.
I believe that no one else does it like him, and I want to be on that type of level.
Okay.
And I believe that when you look at my matches and you look at where I've been booked and how I've been booked, it really shows that the gear really plays the part. And I didn't want to be just another basic guy. And no offense to anyone that's doing that, you know, it is how you want to do it. But for me, like, I want to take it to the next step, and I want to be something different. So to portray something different, that's stepping up.
And how you said that you wanted to take it to the next step. So what was it that you figured out and you're like, okay, well, this is why I'm doing this, and this is why I'm trying to build this here. You know, what was that essentially what was that mindset that you had that to come out with the image that you have right now?
Pageantry.
Okay.
Learning from you, it was the pageantry.
Okay.
You look at the scene right now, and almost everybody has just the simplest of things. And that's no offense again.
Right.
You do you. But for me, I loved the pageantry of professional wrestling.
Right.
So for me, when I come out with that big shiny cape and I come out with the big shiny suit, you know, people look at that and go, whoa, you know, this is different.
Right.
And maybe I may not be the best professional wrestler out there yet, but like that look is entirely different, and it's gonna grasp you more than what else I can.
So you essentially wanted to come up with something that was striking almost immediately as soon as you pop out of that curtain.
Yes, I watched a match with you actually, and this is where the inspiration came from, with Jaysin Static versus Ultimo Dragon at the Tokyo Dome. I believe it was 97, 98.
Yeah.
And when I saw Jaysin Static come out in the big chest,
the shoulder pauldron and everything,
the chest armor, the whole cape and everything, it was absolutely stunning. And just to see Ultimo match it up, you know,
right.
The pageantry behind professional wrestling is what grasps me. And that's what I wish to bring back, at least to this area, and hopefully farther one day down the road.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I appreciate that first question, brother. And the answer. Thank you. EagleEye. Question number 2. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
If you could step into the world of any video game, comic book, and or movie with your EagleEye persona, which one would it be and why?
Oh man. Well, it'd be generic to say like Marvel or DC.
No. I mean, if that's what you like.
I don't think I'd fit in the world of Pokemon by any chance. I might have like someone try to catch me, which that's not good.
So, are you a big fan of Pokemon?
I am a big fan of Pokemon, and I know there's a certain somebody out there, Pinterest, who isn't, but Pokemon's pretty cool, and it's not for dweebs.
Okay, so with that being known, which world would you really want to dive into in the realm of EagleEye? Because you got to think, you're in movies, you could be in a comic book, you could be in a video game, and the expansiveness of those worlds. Who would EagleEye's foe be? Why would you insert EagleEye into the lore of that particular genre?
Oh boy. Well, man.
This is stuff that you've thought about. I know you have.
I know I've thought about it. It's kind of like a mix between going into like medieval, like King Arthur,
Yeah.
or going up against like Batman, because I feel like I've always been regarded as like a daytime Batman,
Right.
Which if I could go out there and fight Batman, or at least partner up with him, I think that would be really cool. But also I've been regarded to as like a knockoff version of like Superman or something. So
Right.
like any one of those would be real cool. I'd be down for any of that.
So you would be in the DC universe.
I am more of a Marvel fan, but I think it fits to be in DC. Otherwise, I'm just going to get compared to Batman in the Marvel universe.
Why do you think EagleEye would fit better in the DC universe?
I think that when I'm in the ring, I bring a more aggressive tone, a more aggressive style.
Okay.
And although I am a good person, I do bring that type of aggressive style, and I believe that is the type of tone that DC sets apart from Marvel.
DC does have a little bit more of an aggressive tone. Mm-hmm. Their heroes usually beat the crap out of everybody, and Marvel kind of tends to shy away from that sometimes. They have a couple of people in there that get super gritty, like the Punisher and everything like that, but for the most part, it's DC. So in the realm of DC, in the DC universe, would EagleEye be a hero or a villain? And who would his nemesis be, essentially?
Definitely a hero. I couldn't see myself being a bad guy.
Okay.
I've got a really good heart, and I really care about the people. So like, I don't see myself ever being a bad guy.
Okay.
But if I needed to fight a villain and have a nemesis, man, probably Owlman. Just because a lot of people don't quite know that character, and if they do,
the dichotomy of the eagle and the owl.
The owl.
Yeah.
And it was also Batman's villain, so it's kind of cliche, but like, how many other like bird villains are there?
I mean, if we're talking DC, they're kind of light in the really good villain roles, like they have their handful of top ones, but then everything else is kind of secondary and kind of like pushed way to the side. So I can understand you wanting to have your mega villain be the Owlman, and I think it would actually make for a good book. So if anybody out there who sees this or watches this is a comic book fan, a comic book artist, or anything like that, hit up your boy EagleEye. Let's see if we can make EagleEye and Owlman into a comic book, or at least a comic book image. So, with that being said, do you have anything to promote? Upcoming shows? This drops July 4th. What's going on in the month of July?
In the month of July, I have one of my biggest competitions yet at Menard County Fair with Pro Wrestling Epic, when I go one-on-one with the Grand Regent.
Ooh, okay.
Monroe Jackson.
Another big one.
In Petersburg, Illinois. So that is the biggest matchup I believe I have in July.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't miss that,
Absolutely. So. I think I'm definitely going to try to be there. I think me and Lenny was talking just just the other night about possibly getting him on one of these and scheduling one out for the future at some point in time.
Interesting.
Do you have any merch, website, anything like that you're...
You can always follow me at Facebook, Instagram, all the medias. Still trying to get better at it.
YouTube?
YouTube, at the official_EagleEye. You can find me on all of that. Trying to do my best to promote better, but we're getting there. So.
We're getting there. And I'm definitely going to keep pushing you harder to do that even more. I need to do it too, though. So you know how this got. You know how this is. We're going to run this out. Jaysin Static across all social media. Fight Club Wrestling Academy on Facebook, on YouTube. Check us out, bro. Last but not least, we are 138co.com for all the Jaysin Static merch, for all the Fight Club merch, for all the 138 streetwear merch. And by the time this comes out, we've only got a few months more before you see all new stuff on that website. So everything that's on the website is going to be gone. EagleEye, thanks for coming back around. Glad to have you back.
Thank you.